Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and matter of fact, the camera guy's a big Pittsburgh fan, so he's
Okay.
just raving right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Troy Polamalu here. We are going to talk a little bit of football. Let's first start talking about Pittsburgh Steelers. We got Mike Tomlin. Like, what makes him so good, man? Like, I feel like every year he just finds a way. Like, he just finds a way. Talk to me about Mike Tomlin.
Well, I think he has first and foremost, he has the respect of the team, and it's just the way that he deals with guys. I think he's very honest, and he's very direct. He doesn't really sugarcoat things, but he's also a man that carries himself that way. So it's not like there's any hypocrisy with him. So I think he has a lot of respect from guys in that way. Obviously, from the football standpoint, he checks all the boxes too. He's an excellent. There's so many things I learned from him, late in my career, of how to see offenses and stuff. So I mean, from an X and O guys, he knows everything, pretty much from every position, man.
Yeah.
So he's got it all. He really does.
Yeah. So obviously, you're one of the best safeties ever, if not the best safety ever. Talk to us about Minka Fitzpatrick and what makes him a really good safety out there.
Man, I appreciate you saying that about me, but I don't think that, because here's what I always put Ed in that category.
Yeah, Ed was a
And
dog
the reason
too.
why I put Ed in that category is the same reason why I would put Minka, is they get the ball.
Okay.
These guys get the ball, and that thing, the hits are really important.
Yeah.
They're a big part of the game, absolutely. But man, it's really all about that ball. That's something that I think Minka does a really great job of. It's obviously shown to be, if the best in the league, if not the best in the league, for over the last decade. So to me, that's really what this game is about, is getting that ball, and Minka does a great job of doing that.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, man. What's your predictions, and what defense do you think has they're more at a disadvantage against the offense that they're playing against?
So I think it will give my perspective something, a really interesting perspective, because I've never seen these guys play.
I love it.
So I'm just guessing. No.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, I haven't watched a lot of the Kansas City, but everybody knows what you're going to get from Patrick.
Yep.
Honestly, it's funny because when I look at the records throughout the year, it's not like I watch football every day. I'm not like that close of a fan of the game. But, if you see Kansas City and teams like that, that are at like 10-6, and these their record doesn't matter in the regular season. There's a certain confidence that Pittsburgh had. Is like, dude, if you just give us a ticket to the show, which is getting into the playoffs, we're going to perform when we get there. And I think that's where Kansas City is. Kansas City is like, listen, man, let's get through this regular season. Let's just get to the playoffs so that we can perform and do that. They have that level of confidence the same way that New England had that confidence through Tom Brady era.
Yes.
So one thing that I think is tough for San Francisco to deal with is, man, Patrick isn't rattled by any defense.
No.
He wasn't rattled by this defense last year when he played against them. So I think it'll be really interesting, this matchup, because it really comes down to, I think, how Brock Purdy performs on offense.
Let me bring you back a little bit. We both went to USC alums. Pete Carroll was your coach. Pete Carroll was my coach.
Yep.
Pete Carroll just got fired from the Seahawks. Talk to us a little bit about what you remember from your time with Pete Carroll at USC, and what he meant.
First of all, Pete Carroll, and I've been around, honestly, 4 Hall of Fame coaches. Dick LeBeau is my defensive coordinator. I was also a Hall of Fame player. Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, and Coach Carroll. Coach Carroll is just as good as all of them, man. But I almost want to say better, but I don't want to disrespect the other coaches, because I had coach in college. So you can get away with a lot more in college in terms of of being looser. Coach Carroll, we'd go to the beach and watch the AVP tour during training camp. You know what I'm saying? We'd do stuff like that to take a break. You know what I'm saying? He'd have a In-N-Out burger truck.
Yeah.
These are a lot of really cool things that you can do in college that pro coaches don't normally do. There's also quite a few personal stories that Coach Carroll has, that I have with Coach Carroll, where he's actually standing on the table for me.
Yeah.
So there's a special experience I have with him.
Yeah.
Right now it's a really interesting time in our game. We've lost a couple patriarchs, Coach Carroll and Bill Belichick, and doesn't look like they're going to be back in the NFL. It's a young man's game, in coaching. It's a young man's game, and in playing, and a lot of these new innovative ideas that like coaches from the Niners are having, and coaches that in Miami are having. So it's an exciting time to be part of this game. Yeah. Coach Carroll, Bill Belichick, these guys have, the game is where it's at because it's been built on guys like that's back.
Right. All right, let's talk a little bit about the partnership. We got Cool Ranch or Nacho Cheese.
Everybody knows, man. Cool Ranch all day.
All day.
Cool Ranch. We need Cool Ranch. Seeds, Cool Ranch, steak seasoning. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's the type of fan I am.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the man with the best hair is still flowing. Troy Polamalu, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.